so much?
Mostly it's just trying to throw people off of their game. NBA players, they're used to trash talk, so it's not going to make them miss easy shots or anything like that. But if you know how to make them a little angry, then, they might shoot a shot that they should have passed. Yeah. It's a small thing, but it's effective for me.
Well, what kind of things do you say to throw your opponent off their game?
You have to get creative, Just swearing and screaming about someone's mom isn't going to, do anything but make them mad. And when a player gets mad, sometimes that makes them play better. I try to make them think. Yeah.
Think? About what?
Okay, I'll give you an example. We may be at the free throw line, and then I'll just say, hey, you paid way too much for your car. And then he's now like, how does he even know what I paid for my car? And did I pay too much for my car? Did my manager give me a bad deal? Do I need a new manager? And then that's when I know that I've won, Because now they're not thinking about the game. They're thinking in the clouds.
That's devious.
Listen, it's all in the game, Blair. It's all in the game.
Good idea. I might have to do that myself.
Right? Isn't that what I said? But you've seen the box.
It's Drew. What are we calling?
You're seeing him rock singing. I think season. No. Yeah. I'm excited to get a batch because I want a pie. Okay, give you the typical day of a chicken. Oh, well, first go out with the coop. You go into the run.
How's your dog doing? Oh, he's good. Just got out of that puppy stage, so A lot of our fans in the house tonight. Should be a fun one.
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight.
We have tickets available for upcoming home games. Stop by the ticket booth or go to visit us online for drivers tickets. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word NETS along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. A reminder that you can still join us for any upcoming national game. Order your tickets online or at the ticket booth. Coming up soon, it's Brooklynets Dance Team Calendar Day. That's right, the Brooklynets have a calendar for every fan in attendance on game day. So come out and get yours. God, 6-3. Number 24, Cam Thomas.
Welcome and thanks for joining 2K Sports for a Friday night full of NBA action. Tonight, you know, Grant, for players that move to a new team in the offseason, have they had enough time to get adjusted?
Well, you know, BA, it depends. Some guys blend right into a new squad, but for others, it takes a lot of repetition to get a feel for your teammates.
And now the Los Angeles starters. Connect is out there with John Collins. Then there's Edwards, and it's Christie in at the 2-guard spot. Outside, Highland. Three-pointer, and Middleton gets the 3.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
Pass to D. Kicks it out to Collins. Here's Connect for 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times. Had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
Back to Williams. Pass to Middleton. 6 to shoot. Here's Thomas. The Lakers with a rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at Brooklyn in this one.
And they were shocked by this team twice last year. They just didn't play well.
Let's go with a 3. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. 1 for 5 out there, but no worries. Just keep attacking.
Here's Christie. Claxton with a rebound.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And the basket by Highland. The Lakers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Collins outside. Here's D. The Lakers with another miss. Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Middleton outside. Here's Highland. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Highland's got his second basket on the night.
Yeah, Highland plays at a fast pace, so when the ball touches his hands, he's always shot ready.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Hallie.
Hi, guys. Well, D in their last time out against the Thunder really lit up the floor. He ended up with 26 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. You'd love to see him build on this effort. He showed he can dominate. Next step is to do it with consistency, guys.
Yeah, Allie, he put forth a commanding performance and led the charge for his squad.
Yeah, it's clear this guy is unafraid. He relishes the opportunity to take over for his team.
I think he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Here's D. Last game, 26 points for him.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
From outside the arc. Highland misses. The Lakers trail. Left side, Edwards. Pass to D. Back to Edwards. Here's D. The 3. And the Lakers hit again from deep. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Here's Thomas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Well, if you don't overthink it, what Cam Thomas does on offense is very...
Be up on them.
On the court for the Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Edwards. Then it's Austin Reeves, and it's D in at the point.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here's Christie. Great D that time from Middleton.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Claxton. The Lakers with a rebound. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
Yeah, it was a tough one to watch. There were some bright moments, but ultimately their mistakes caught up with them.
To be perfectly frank with you, I'm surprised it was as close as it was. I thought they were outclassed all night.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Clowney. Middleton looking around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Highland. And the Nets miss again.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
From downtown, D can't get it to go. Brooklyn has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Here's Highland. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
What a nice response by Claxton. Knew exactly where it was coming off and sends it in.
There's 42 seconds left in the second period. Now here's Reeves. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. They get the rebound. Vanderbilt, and the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. They'll try to make it a three-point play. Williams is checked in for Clowney. And the Lakers also making a change. Collins checked in. 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Highland with it. 17 points for him last game against Minnesota. The 3. Rebound by the Lakers.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Edwards a screen on Middleton. A shot from the high post. Can't get it to drop. What a performance from Jared Vanderbilt. He has been the story for Los Angeles. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And more NBA action on 2K Sports. Coming your way right after this.
Well, they got an offensive weapon with this move. We've seen the growth of Tobias Harris. The shooting touch, the rebounding, and all-around play. This is...
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Lakers.
They're going to the arc.
Thanks for tuning in.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
They've got Williams, Cam Thomas out there with Bones Highland. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Claxton in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. You're a good person to ask this, Doris. Why do so many point guards turn into successful coaches?
Yeah, I think, obviously, Brian, as a point guard, you're responsible for knowing every position on the floor, where they're supposed to be at all times. And you're also sort of thinking like a coach already. This person hasn't had a bucket in a while. How do I get them in a position to make them successful? So I think you're in control of so much as a point guard that it naturally translates to coaching.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Pass to connect. Here's D. Takes the 3. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Down low. Now here's Middleton. Not a lot of room. And it's Connect with a rebound.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscles. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Here's D. Buries it from 3. D's got 13.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his 2nd from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
Screen by Claxton. Here's Highland. Back to Thomas. Looking to end the run. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
But Cam Thomas is an enthusiastic three-point shooter. This guy will not hesitate.
Pass to D. 1:52 left to play in the 3rd quarter of basketball. Takes a 3. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Well, tremendous scorers want to attack the offensive window because it's easy opportunities typically.
There's 1:40 left to play in the 3rd. And here's Thomas. It's Middleton on the wing. With some arc. Good. He's got 5. 1:24 left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Connect. Here's D. For three, Collins drops in the three.
John Collins has such a good feel for when to fire off the catch.
And so it's Highland with it. He brings it up for the nets. To the middle. And the layup falls.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Pass to Edwards. Collins outside. Three-pointer. And Los Angeles, another three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside, Williams. Back to Middleton. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Middleton's got 7 points.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
And here's Connect outside. Rebounded by Highland. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Pass to Thomas. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Thomas has got 5 points in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Now, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Full line change here for Brooklyn. And so in the game for the Lakers, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Ty Jerome. And it's D in at the point guard position. Pass to Thomas. Claxton a screen on Reeves. Inside. And Claxton gets it to go on the assist by Thomas.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
The Lakers have gotten 7 of 9 from the floor in this fourth. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's D. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. D's got 13 in the second half. And the Nets shooting 58% from the floor. Terrific here in the fourth. Now here's Claxton. He's marked by Finney-Smith. Claxton passes to Thomas. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now here's Finney-Smith. Over to the left wing. Lets the three fly. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Thomas outside. Outside Highland. Now Middleton. The three is up. Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, as good as anyone on the catch and shoot. Middleton deposits another J.
D, the pass to Jerome. Now Vanderbilt. Here's D. Fires for three. Gets the three to fall. D's got 21 points in the game.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Highland. And Reeves pulls it down. Reeves has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Lakers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for D.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Powell's checked in.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Highland. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist.
Boy, Highland working hard for that high percentage shot. That's nicely done.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Reeves, the pass to D. This one for 3. Claxton with a rebound.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Middleton, right side. And it's good for 2.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Jerome passes to D. The 3 ball. He buries it from 3. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. So long, everybody.
You earned that one.